ジタバタせずにコーヒーでも入れよう。
Hello. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Coffee and Kaiju. We are going to talk about G-Fest 2026. And I was not there. So I'm going to bring some people on that were. Joining us, of course, we have Mr. Fresh Vinyl himself.
Love that. Good morning. Good morning. I just want to put out, I am not sure if I'm going to make it to G-Fest this year.
God, this guy. All right, who else was at G-Fest this year? Oh, making his triumphant return to G-Fest this year, Mr. Mike Russo.
Hey, no one's ever going to believe you again, Rich. That's it. You did it. Glad you were there, though.
And then the man who lives across the street from G-Fest, so he's always there, Mr. Nev.
Oh.
Hello.
Hello.
How you doing, buddy?
Great to be here.
It's great to be here with you. And good morning to everyone in the chat. Hello. Good morning to you. Good morning, Ray.
Good morning.
Hope you're doing good. Mark, happy to see you. Who else is here? Oh, we got new comments. Oh man, I can't keep up with them. Good to see everybody. Good to see everybody.
I'm blabbing with them on my channel in the comments
on
as
your chat.
we go.
All good. All good. So yeah, you guys were there. I was not.
Yep.
It looked crowded.
That's an understatement.
Saturday sold out for the first time ever, if I'm not mistaken.
At least reported. Yeah.
Yeah.
People were turned away.
Crazy.
And that's not including people that had weekend passes already that were there.
Yeah,
Crazy.
that was just the Saturday passes. I was talking to one of the people that run it, who shall remain nameless because he's a gentleman. But yeah, they ran out of the Saturday passes. So people that came in who did not buy the pre-sale or weekend passes, they said, "I'm sorry, we're at capacity." A lot of people were really pissed. Really pissed. But you know, that's why they have pre-sales, right? If you don't get your pre-sale tickets and you just show up, you're gonna run the risk of missing it.
So if you had a ticket, you weren't turned away, right? You were.
No. Correct. It was just the Saturday passes were turned away.
So it was just walk-ups, basically.
And I got my weekend pass Saturday morning early, but that was weekend pass.
I don't blame people for just showing up and expecting to get in because that's never been a problem before. But I guess going forward, I think they should stop doing that.
I mean, I know, they do Monster Mania out here in Cherry Hill, and every year that seems to get bigger. And every year, they've had the fire marshal come on Saturdays before and basically just be like, you're not allowed to let anybody else in. In fact, you need to get some people out. So yeah, I mean, it just seems like a thing, I guess, with these cons that, and I would assume if you're just going to on a Saturday to go to G-Fest, you're going to be local-ish, right? I would hope nobody drove like 4 hours.
Actually,
some of the people who complained did drive several hours to get there.
Oh God, dude.
Two drove about 4 hours, so.
Yeah, that sucks. But I mean, worst comes to worst, I guess you get a hotel or stay at that hotel. Or I assume the hotel is probably sold out too. But I mean, maybe you can get in there on Sunday morning, which honestly is if you're only going to go for one day and you don't care about things being sold out, Sunday morning is not a bad day to go.
No. I mean, there are plenty of other hotels in the area. You could get something.
Yeah. So yeah, what are you guys' thoughts? I know this is the third year in the new hotel.
Fourth
year in the new hotel. Okay. What do you think? You liking it? Yeah.
For someone who hadn't been there in 8 years, that was a shock. I mean, not just the hotel. The hotel's cool. I like the hotel. At first, I was like, I'm going to miss the Crown. I kept saying, that was home, but I liked this hotel. I think it was. I had no problem with the hotel. The show itself was very crowded. I enjoyed it. I'm not complaining, but it was really crowded. I mean, I posted on my Facebook, the line to get into the dealer's room, even on a Sunday, felt like I was waiting in line for something at Disney World. Like the switchbacks were like 6 deep, and the line went all the way around the front the front of the. It was nuts. It moved. They got it to move, but the line was insane the entire weekend. And the dealer's room crowd never really let up. Like you'd walk over to a table to look at something, and this happened a few times when I went to Johnson's table. Nev, I'd come over to talk or to look at things, and I would just get pushed with the crowd. I never really had time to actually just hang out and look at the toys that were there. I had to come back for something else because I couldn't stand there long enough to purchase what I wanted. Again, not complaining. I'm happy it's busy, but it was busy, especially in that corner you were at, Nev.
Yeah, there was no, like, even it was just Johnson and I this year. Thanks, Rich, you dick. Just kidding. No, there was like no let up, like at all. Like as soon as it opened on Friday, like it was just a constant barrage of people, like not only like looking but asking questions and buying. Like we did pretty well, but there was never a time where like, hey, can I go to the bathroom? We just kind of had to sacrifice and like, Johnson, you got to run it, or I got to run it while we go get a fucking
That's
Euro.
Nuts, man.
Yeah, but I'm not complaining at all. Like it's a good problem to have.
That's good for the dealers. I heard that, but when we used to hanging out at the Crown and we had time to wander off or wander around the dealer's room, this is a lot different.
Yeah, it's well organized. I mean, like like Russo was saying, like how they have the line wrapped around. It wasn't wrapped around the entire hotel like it used to be. It's a little bit more like coagulated in one section, then it kind of wraps, which is good. But
it's good they have that space by the dealer's room where they can set up those switchbacks like that. They're lucky they have that space, but it's still snaked out and went around for a little bit. Yeah. Like it was the first time at a G Fest I had to sit in the hotel room and plan what was a good time to go down there. Because it's like we got up on Friday, me and Tim, we were like, okay, it's 10. Do we really want to be there right now? We had to wait till like 2 to actually get over there. We knew.
There was people or kids lined up at like 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning.
That's nuts.
What do they think this is? An Olivia Rodrigo show?
Could be. Maybe she was
big
here. I don't know.
Big Ken is saying it needs to be in the convention center. Hi, Big Ken.
Well, Jeff was telling us on Sunday that there's enough space in that hotel they aren't using that they may just have to open up new areas next year. Yeah. He said they're not going anywhere. We asked him straight out, is it too big for this? He said, no, there are areas you don't even know about that we haven't even opened, which they're going to have to consider that for the dealer's room or something, because if that dealer's room gets any more crowded, that's a fire hazard.
Yeah. Hey, Charles, thanks for joining. Yeah, I haven't been to a G Fest since 2017 or 18. So
it was 18 that we went.
So I'm not a big fan of crowds. Like G Fest 2018. That's like perfect. That's fine. I'm good with that. Like I don't know, man. I don't know that there would be anything other than hanging out with friends that would make me be like, I need to go do this. But you know. Yeah, I mean that'd be the only, like the dealer's room has lost its allure because of, I mean, talk about. I mean, Nev, you worked in the dealer's room. You guys are all in the dealer's room. What's the pricing like now, just in general for things? I mean, I gotta assume it's just off the charts.
I mean, I think there are some things that like, and I'm not talking specific dealers. Like, I don't want to start like shit talking.
No. I mean, dude, look. I mean, prices are prices, right?
Yeah, I mean,
everything's expensive.
Yeah. It is what it is, right? Like, I think people forget, like, with tariffs, with shipping, that's 2 other charges that we have to put on the toys, and then of course we have to make some sort of money on this
for the tables.
But then there's some that are like are reasonably priced because you're paying like when you buy in bulk, you know, shipping is a little bit less, and so on and so forth. So there are some things that I think are a little bit higher, but there are things that are on average, I guess.
Yeah.
And, you know, the Bandai stuff, which is always the cornerstone of the convention. Those are just naturally more expensive now, not even because of the tariffs. So when you used to be able to go to G-Fest, give a dealer $100 and come out with like 5 of those things, you're getting maybe 2. Maybe 3.
Yeah.
So there's no like $10 bin of Bandais anymore unless they're in shit condition.
So it's funny you say that, Russo, because someone actually asked, like, hey, you guys usually have like the Ultra Kaiju like in the bins. Do you have them this year? I said, we don't, just because A, we didn't buy any, but B, like we probably have to charge a little bit more for those, you know? I think the biggest... Go ahead.
I was going to say, the volume of Bandai Godzilla stuff is so big now, you don't even need the Ultraman stuff.
Right. And it still sells pretty well. I think the biggest thing that we saw, or at least I saw, especially with like all these bullshit exclusives, like Godzilla store here, this here, and it's essentially the same figure either with a different paint or a different like attribute. Like the Jet Jaguars, there's like 4 different Jet Jaguars. So when people see the price breaks of those, why is this one more money? It's like, well, you have to educate a little bit. You also don't want to feel like a dick.
Yeah,
like this is store exclusive, so it's 75. Well, why is this one 40? Because it's got Godzilla store exclusive. What does that mean? That means walk into the fucking store and buy it.
I mean, right here, retail,
yeah,
$30.
Great point right there. Yep.
Godzilla store, same fucking figure, but this is like, I got this for 60. Not complaining, but I got it for 60 there. But then you've got the premium figures.
Yep.
Same thing, same size, same everything, same paint apps. But this is like, dealers had it for like 70 plus.
Yeah.
So it's like, how do you explain to someone that they're all the same? They're all Bandai's, but this will cost you 30 and this might cost you over 100, but they're all brand new toys.
Well, I think
how do you explain it to somebody?
You have a little bit of leeway with the premiums because it comes in that stupid box.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's like, guys, we have to pay for the shipping of this box. Like, I can't just pay for the air and the cardboard. I can eat that, you know?
But in the end, what you get is still the same thing.
Exactly. 100%.
Interesting. Yeah, I would like to get back there. I talked about it with my wife this week. At some point, I don't know. Kaiju Brooklyn's right down the road. So I'm kind of like 50-50 on it. I do miss the whole fun of it. Every time I've gone, other than the main draw was always the dealer's room. It sounds like it still is the dealer's room. How is the other stuff? Nev, you probably didn't even see a single other thing, did you?
I was able to see some of it because like some of it was open early, and I don't mean to talk a shit ton because I've had a ton of coffee, but at least from my perspective, there was a lot more people shooting everything, and I say shooting, I mean like taking content of the costumes and the artist alley and just some of the other things versus like just the dealer's room, which I thought was really interesting to see. Kind of like people are enjoying the whole show versus the dealer's room. Like the dealer's room is always going to be the draw, but they're experiencing more of everything the fest has to offer. And Artist Alley seemed cool, and I didn't unfortunately see the costume parade, which sucks because it was
I didn't either.
Insane. Like you have to like get there like right before, like 2 hours before it starts.
But luckily a lot of the people who had costumes did wander around the hotel anyway. So I still got to see most of the costumes that were there. And the Megalon was really fantastic.
Dude, I saw pictures of that Megalon.
The drill spun.
Awesome. Yeah,
did they really?
The drills actually spun. I think the horn lit up.
Yeah,
that's awesome, dude.
I think that's the same guy that won the Smog Monster or the Hedorah contest with the Hedorah costume a couple years ago or a year ago or something like that.
Yeah. I mean, the show is so big. There are enough people there who at this point they're not all there for the toys. Right. So now you get a better sampling of what they're actually here for. Since there's so, I mean, I feel like back in the day it was really just a toy show. Back when it was a smaller show. Now it's just so huge. You get the cosplayers, you get the artists, you get the people who are just there to be influencers or to live stream things. It isn't all about the toys. I mean, it looked like it was all about the toys because that's the busiest part of the show, but there was a lot going on, and it's nice to see it. The display room, the model room was great.
Oh, the model room was awesome. Greg Bitter stuff, man. That fucker can paint. That was crazy good.
But that basically that big Monster Arts display, the 3D printed one, sucked all the air out of that room. Basically, a giant King Ghidorah, Shimo, Kong, Godzilla, and Final Wars. They were like fucking huge, and they they were amazing.
Yeah. Did you guys hear about the debacle with the Ghidorah wings?
I saw the Ghidorah. The Ghidorah got broke, right?
He dropped it. Yeah,
it broke when he got there, and then it broke on Sunday again.
That sucks.
I
mean, that's the risk you take whenever you travel with a big, huge,
and
or any model, really.
And these things were gigantic.
Yeah. So,
Artist Alley was nice.
Yeah, is everything spaced nicer? Because that was the one thing about the Crown that I felt like some of those you were like in like the model room at the old hotel was like in like it was like damp down there, and like you're like, where the hell am I going? Like
they had a lot more room.
Yeah, it seems like there's a lot more space. How are the actual rooms and how's the accommodations of the hotel itself? Is it nice?
It's a hotel.
Yeah, I think the room's
really nice.
Yeah.
Air conditioning works.
So air conditioning works, but the toilets are tiny. My fat ass.
Every room had a small balcony, which was nice.
I didn't have a small balcony.
No.
No, I stayed in one of those like silver towers. So like.
Okay. I stayed in the main
Mr. Fancy
square area.
The spire. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. All right. You were like the troll at the top of the tower.
Yeah, basically. Yeah. I don't think I'm gonna stay next year just because I'm so close to home, but And it's it's $400 for the
Yikes.
weekend.
Yeah,
it's crazy, but
there's really no outdoor area there to like hang out the way that we had the patio at the Crown. I mean, one of the nights we were there, I think it was Friday, we did catch a bunch of people like standing on one of the patios, but since everyone had cigars, you just couldn't get away from it, and we just walked away. I don't smoke cigars, so but on the patio it wouldn't have mattered at the Crown, but here it was like, well, I guess we're going back inside. But it was still I still like the hotel. The hotel was great. I don't have a problem with it.
We got a question. How about the autograph and meeting the guests? Yeah, who were the guests this year?
I don't
Ultra
know
Seven.
her name.
Yuji Kaito was there.
Mothra trilogy.
Somebody who played an Ultraman from the 60s. I don't know if it was
Ultra 7.
Ultra 7. I wanted to. That's the only room I didn't go down. I didn't even go into the autograph room.
Yeah, I
never made it.
Yeah.
Nobody I really wanted to see. I know the fairy, the Mothra fairy, was pretty popular. People were happy to see her.
But I know Rich was there, and
time.
Christine was there.
Oh, one of the I think the actor.
You were there. You're a celebrity.
The American actor from -1 or -0 was there too, but I didn't know who he was until after the fest.
Oh yeah. Okay, I know who you're talking about. Yeah.
What was his name? Wild West or something like that?
I don't know. He just looked like a random dude, and then they like said who he was, and then I saw it on Twitter or X, whatever. I'm like, oh, I did not know that was the guy.
I guess that's who he is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, how you doing, Brian? Thanks for joining. Eric, thanks for joining. Thanks, man. Yeah, so it sounds like it was a good time. Good time had by all. And I know Mike, there's your
that's
that's a solid little haul there for you.
I did well this year, and I brought a couple of things with me. I sold to thank you, Brandon Shields. I know he's probably not watching, but then I came home with more money than I left with. So
did you really?
Yeah. So I sold a couple of giant marmots.
Nice.
Yeah. So I did well, and I didn't want for anything at the show. I came home with a whole bunch of stuff, so I'm happy. Plugged a bunch of holes in my Bandais, and that right dead center there is a 1983 Ultra Monster figure. Again, that was Brandon sold that to me. It's got a tag and everything, and I love those little CCPs at the top, the Space Gauss and the Gurren.
I think they're really great, man.
Johnson had a shit ton of them on his table, and if I could have, I would have bought a whole ton of them because they're even nicer in person when you're actually holding them, especially the translucent ones. But I'm happy with those two. I would have bought more if I could have, though.
They're nice.
A shit ton of those things. People were eating them up. They're good shelf fillers. I think, moderately priced, so anywhere from like $50 to $65, depending on the finish.
Some are completely painted. Some are translucent. Some are glowy. Yeah. So you had I had 4 Gurrens in my hand trying to figure out which one I wanted.
I think
I really like that one.
The best glowies by
I'll hold it up.
They're good. Yeah, it's the one I got.
The purple, the blue. There was a pink glowy I considered, but I can't say no to blue and purple. So yeah, I got those. Yeah. And the Godzilla and Minya in the corner, that was for Helena, because mine was being shipped during the convention. That and the '92 Godzilla with the Mothra on his tail. And cool. Cool. I did well. I'm happy with what I picked. I'm happy with what I brought home.
Yeah, it's good stuff. And then Nev, you got a nice little haul.
Yeah,
some CCPs there too.
Yeah, some CCPs. That big one is actually like I think all the mid or large size CCP. I didn't know what to expect when I saw those, but it comes in this giant box, and it's a cool fucking figure.
It looks cool.
Yeah, it looks awesome. It's really well done. A couple M1s here and there, some CCPs, some Bandais. I did score the Mecha-Zilla 98 from YMSF Toys, which was really cool. Those sold out within like fucking 20 minutes.
You got a Gyrus too.
Yeah, Gyrus, Ultra Saturn from Maruzan, and all sorts of fun stuff. Not a ton this year. I actually came home with a shit ton of money, which was fine, but good haul.
Yeah, I mean, coming home with money's good.
Yeah, my whole goal was to come home with more than I left with, and I did. So
that's exactly what
happened. At some point, if I did get back, I probably could. I definitely have at least 4 or 5 things I could probably bring and try to part with while I'm there.
And that was it. I had the giant 64 Marmot and the giant Mechagodzilla Marmot. I wrapped those in plastic, put them in a carry-on bag, and I was determined to sell those by the end of the weekend.
Yeah,
And
cool.
it took until Sunday afternoon to actually get rid of them. But
yeah,
I did.
that's cool. And then Rich, how about you? You didn't grab anything, right? You were just there for the vibes.
Yeah, this was literally the first year that I came home with nothing, and I'm perfectly content with that. As I mentioned before we went live, I tried to walk in the deals room, I think on Saturday, and it was probably after like 1 or so, and I walked in that vestibule area, got it right into the deals room, took a quick left to where Showcase Kaiju is, where Sean's table's at, and it just wasn't moving. And I was in with Leslie Chambers, and I looked at him like, fuck this. I turned around and left. I think I was in and out in 27 seconds. I just was not in the mood for like that type of being overstimulated. Too many people. So real quick, because I wasn't supposed to be at G-Fest this year. As I had mentioned, to you guys or anybody else that was asking, FIFA World Cup, today's the last game down in Jersey. But big operation at where I work throughout all of June and up till G-Fest weekend. So it just worked out, private aviation is an interesting beast. So I didn't know until literally, I packed a bag Thursday night, just maybe because a flight changed in something or another. I got to work Friday morning. I'm going to handle this flight. That's, it's a private charter from Australia. Grandfather chartered an A340, big ass plane, 32 passengers. It's insane. They were supposed to leave Sunday to 12th, switch to Friday to 10th, 10 a.m., this, that, the other thing. So that's what so I could probably going to be off Saturday and Sunday. So I was like, Anyways, Friday morning, shit changed at work, bought my ticket at 11:30, was on the plane at 2 p.m, and bam, so it just
it's so funny.
Yeah,
I saw your picture. I saw a picture of you there, and I was like, wait a second.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I was coming up the escalator, and I see this fucking guy. Like, what is going on, dude?
I know.
Me and Tim were on the elevator heading down. I look into the lobby, and I said to Tim, I'm like, I knew it. I said, look, Rich is right there. I knew it. We got off the elevator. I just walked over to him. I'm like, you fucking liar.
But it was that I wasn't lying,
I know you weren't. I know you weren't.
Like I'm literally at work like Friday morning. I'm like, am I going? Am I not going to go? I'm not going to go to this, that, the other thing. But then like once I got there, I'm like, shit, I should have just posted it. I'm on my way because I had to like say the same thing like 30 fucking times.
Well,
you weren't going to be here. I'm like, I know, I don't think I'm going to make it. This, that, and the other thing. But no, my haul was. What's that?
Funny.
I never counted you out for a second.
I was counted out early in the year.
I did because you were saying it like literally up to the last second you weren't going. Like I think last year you were kind of like the week of, you were like, yeah, I guess I'll go.
The last 2 years I knew I was going for sure, but it was fun. My haul literally was there, to have a good time, hang out with people. Nev, sorry I didn't work the dealer's room. You and I have talked like that. That's a job, it's a task. But I kind of just hung out in the lobby for most of the time, bouncing around the main level, down in the patio, just chilling, hanging out. And I was literally talking like most, the people Friday, Saturday, Sunday, just yip yapping and just having a good time like that. And that's the value for me. It's not about, going, love the collection, love collecting, but I buy enough shit throughout the year. I don't need to buy anything at G-Fest unless there was like something specific, a Sofubi piece. There's a couple Bandais that were there that I'm like, oh, I'll grab it, but not essential. But it was there to see everybody hang out. That's our World Cup, our Super Bowl, every year. So I was glad I was able to make it. So that was my haul.
Hey, David.
Good morning, David.
Hey, David.
Thanks for joining, David. He's in LA hanging with Mr. Kyle Yount.
I ate like a pig the entire
man, you were posting up some good looking food
because I room with Tim, and Tim's like, if we're gonna be at G-Fest, if I'm gonna be at G-Fest all weekend, we're eating good food. It's
funny the maturity of like how everyone's changed from like going 12 years ago, 15 years ago, whatever, and all our posts would be of booze and toys, and now everybody's posts are like food.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
We had made a list of the places we had made a list of the places we weren't going, and he was like just jonesing for certain places, and we're like, okay, whatever you want to go to, we'll go to. And I probably gained like 10 pounds this weekend because it was worth it. That was probably honestly I like my toy haul, but I think the food was great. I really enjoyed that. You know, it was nice to get away from the show too, and it made it pretty easy. It wasn't like the deals room was empty and you hung out there for hours. It was like all 3 days. It's like, I think I'm done in here. It's too much. I want to get out of the hotel. Let's go do something. You know?
Yeah. Cool. All right. Well, that's G-Fest. We would be remiss, I suppose, if we did not talk a little bit about Godzilla Minus Zero, because we got a new teaser that really didn't show a lot. But it's cool. The hype for this movie is definitely, Minus One was such a surprising hit that I feel like this movie's got a lot to live up to. And I hope it delivers. The teaser, based on the quality of that teaser, it looks like it's gonna have a solid story. Hopefully, it looks like the effects are going to be pretty nice. Part of me thinks it might be a Godzilla only movie again, which I'm perfectly fine with.
I wouldn't have a problem with that.
Yeah, I'd actually almost be more fine with that, I feel like. What did you guys think of the redesign of the guy? And you don't really get a shot of him. You get that quick shot that was in the first teaser, but then we got some toys announced, and that's when we got a better look at him. So you've got the Bandai, which is coming out. I guess, is that coming out this month? I mean,
it says 7/25.
It says 7/25, right?
You can get it on the Godzilla Japanese store now, I think, but you can't use Bai. You got to be in Japan.
Yeah, and I mean this. It's a Bandai figure, so it's tough to really, it's not. It reminds me of the Minus One figure.
Hands are much better though.
Yeah, not very well painted
bigger.
though. I mean, it's just sort of there. It looks nice.
There's going to be
cool
so
body
many
view
variants of this stupid thing. Even if you don't get this one, you're going to have plenty of choices.
Yeah. And then Monster Arts put out, pics of their one, which is a little more detailed. I think it's cool. He's got the big thagomizer on the end of his tail there, which is cool. The dorsal, I'm pointing at it with my mouse, like you guys can see it. The dorsal, the big oversized dorsal's cool. He's got the, I guess, did he get the Legendary? Did that first, right? The spike on the elbow, which is
the evolved version.
there. Yeah.
His legs are a lot thinner now.
Yeah, he's a little leaned up. I really like how he looks. I think
that's what makes me think he's gonna fight something. Like,
because
he's a
more
lot leaner.
Yeah, he's a little more agile looking. Yeah. For sure. And I do wonder if he is gonna end up fighting something. Somebody, I stole this from Reddit, posted a comparison of the -1 to the -0. And you can see, like, he's definitely lost some weight.
-1 looked more like a suit. Now they're kind of getting away from that. I mean, I like how the -1 looks. I really like this guy. I think he looks pretty good. I think the more slim face, I kind of like that. So I do agree with DJC here that Toho he does look a little monster-versy, which is, what are you gonna do? Those movies are popular. I think that big dorsal fin is going to be some sort of like energy rod or something.
Like a lightning rod or something?
Like a lightning rod is going to absorb energy, or it's absorbs something, because it looks like a lightning rod.
Yeah.
Like, I'm trying to figure out like what that looks like that for, because that's insane.
Yeah. And like I said, I really like that one on the end of the tail for him to like smack the shit out of something with. So, Mike, you make me think now that it does look like it's designed to fight another monster. So there probably is another monster in there.
And all that stuff we saw in the first teaser, like all the electricity and stuff, I think that's Godzilla's energy going nuts.
Like, yeah, it's possible.
I really think it's all coming from Godzilla.
Yeah. I mean, I saw a list of some miniature figures, and it had like other monster 1, other monster 2 or something. Yeah. So
I think with that though, is there's 2 figures. I forgot who's put them on. It may be Band Presto or something. It says Form A and Form B, but one is -0 regular, and the other one he's like supercharged. So I'm wondering if that's part of that Form A, Form B.
That's what I wonder too, because we got Odo Island Godzilla.
Yep.
As a figure too. Look, who is that? He's awesome.
This is hot dog.
What brand made him? Was it Marathon? Was it Frog Tree? I can't
This
tell.
is Utah.
Yeah, cool. So yeah, we'll see. I'm excited for it. It's cool. Like we talked about it a bit on my podcast. Dutch said it's nice to have a full cast coming back and all playing, the same characters again, which is pretty cool. And so it looks like they're leaning into the nuclear, backstory again, which is nice. They're not going to gloss over that, so that's cool. So yeah, and obviously when that comes out, we will be doing an epic Coffee and Kaiju with 500 guests. And then before
possibly some of us live in the same room.
Yeah, I'll have to figure out how that works because I've never done that before, so we'll have to see. But yeah, that would be cool. And then before we go, I do want to touch on G-Fan last issue, the final issue, not the last issue, but the actual last issue came out, and I have not bought G-Fan in a long time, so I was surprised at how substantial of a magazine it is, because this is like, this is a pretty, considering some of the older issues, this is like twice the thickness of some of the issues back in the day.
What is in it?
So it's interesting because it doesn't have as much as I thought it would regarding it being the last issue. I mean, it has enough, he's got his editorial and there's letters, but I kind of thought the entire thing would be just a retrospective on G-Fan. And it's really not. It's got like all the stuff that G-Fan always has. It's got like -1 information. It's got it's got the collectibles section. It's got an article on Wonderfest. It's, so it's not quite what I expected, but look, I don't know how many people grew up on G-Fan when G-Fan was the only game in town, so to speak, and I don't mean that to slight any like Markalite or Japanese Giants or anything, but pre-internet, like G-Fan was the thing. G-Fan was the way that you found out news, you found out behind the scenes information, you found out so much interesting stuff about the old movies, and it had great writers. Ed Godzilla wrote for it, August Ragoni and Steve Wright, Norman England. It's just so many amazing talents writing and contributing to make that magazine what it was. And you could do a whole backstory on the drama behind the scenes of G-Fan magazine, but as a magazine itself, it was really discovering that magazine in my comic book shop. Issue 14 was like mind-blowing to me. So I think Richie just commented you bought your first. I think that's when I probably found it was 94. And then I went back and
issue 9 or 10.
And I went back immediately and ordered all the back issues.
That's what I did too.
And then I had a subscription to it for years up until into the 60s, into the issue 60s, when it became sort of like, do I need this anymore? There's so much, I can go to monsterzero.org and I can get my news from there or whatever. I mean, the fact of the matter is, the internet killed a lot of newspapers and magazines, not just G-Fan. The fact that it held on as long as it did is pretty impressive. There wouldn't really be a G-Fest if it wasn't for G-Fan.
Nope.
So yeah, good on G-Fan for hanging in there that long. And I just wanted to throw that out there. What do you guys my favorite G-Fan probably to this day is still issue 12, even though that all the information in that is now so dated. But at the time, that was the big behind the scenes of the original Godzilla, and it had like the storyboard pictures, and it had like so much interesting stuff and the making of and all that stuff. And I'd never read any of that before. I just thought that was the most amazing. I think I read that and reread that issue like 4 or 5 times. It was so good.
Well, for me, it would probably be just everything they put out in 95, just the lead up to Destroyer. Like all of that. I think that was like that's the year I discovered it, the beginning of the year, and just that entire year there's like however many issues came out. Like that's my favorite. Period of like maybe like right after like 95, 96. Before they pushed away a lot of the East Coast people, like that was my favorite time period because you still had Roberto and Biondi in there.
Yeah.
He was still writing. You still had Jim Sorrella doing the toy stuff, and I think that was my favorite era of G-Fest. Once they left, once a lot of those people separated and started doing their own thing, I think the magazine was still good, but it wasn't exactly the same.
Yeah, those guys were the guys that really wrote like the hard-hitting articles about the behind-the-scenes stuff, and like Norman England and Robert Biondi and Roberto. Like you said, Jim Saranella was involved. It was awesome. And like all amazing things, it eventually imploded in on itself for various different reasons. But
I still have that issue with that, like that insert from JD. It was ripping with Roberto.
Yeah.
I remember reading it as a kid. I'm like, what the hell is this about?
Yeah, where it
Jerry
was like
Springer
G-Fest
episode.
isn't canceled, and
and that's what gave birth to
Kaiju
the G-Con in New York, which later turned into Kaiju Con.
Kaiju Con.
And that's why they started calling it G-Fest and all of that.
Yeah. The fuck, I lost my train of thought. It just completely left my brain. Oh well, I'll think about it in like 2 hours while I'm mowing my grass.
You know what? You know what to do at G-Fest? That's really cool. They have the display room, but they have across like 2 walls info on every show. Like they have a whole section where it's like, who are the guests, what movies were shown,
that's
who got
cool.
the Mangled Skyscraper Award, what hotel was it in, what were the dates, and then pictures and some info. And I was surprised to see like it actually mentioned how JD wasn't coming to the U.S. because of the COVID vaccination thing. They actually put that in there. I was surprised to see it.
Oh, really?
But there was something for like all 30 some odd years of the show, all across the display room.
Actually,
it was
pretty
really
cool.
Nostalgic.
Yeah, that's actually really cool. I mean, you could do I'm like I said, I'm a little surprised that for the last issue it wasn't really like there's not even a section in here where it's like every cover or or anything like that. And so it's just it's kind of crazy.
I think you and I were talking too. I'm wondering if he like was writing it and then he decided I think this is it. Versus
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
Well, the display room was kind of a decent tribute to G-Fest because it had like the original art for a lot of the covers on display. And it kind of felt like walking down memory lane with the magazine. Like not as much as they probably could have done, but there were a bunch of like just the original art from the 95, 96 covers, which was like, holy shit, I can't believe this still exists. And that was cool. It was kind of like a nice send off. But
it's funny, go into like an issue of G-Fan if you have any old issues, like especially guys our age. Go into like an issue in the teens or the 20s and just go into the letter section. And I guarantee you there's at least one letter that you're going to read. You're like, oh, I know that guy. You know what I mean? You're just like, like, holy shit. You know what I mean? Greg Cordero wrote in issue 15 or whatever.
And it's funny. I think it was 15, 16 when my Bandai checklist, my letter to GD, and my classified got printed all at the same time. My classified had my phone number.
That's so crazy that you would be able to send your information to meet other Godzilla fans.
And the magazine came out the Saturday after I received it. My mom's calling me from downstairs. Hey, some guy's on the phone to talk to you about Godzilla. And that was Greg. And that's how
tell you about my toys.
And that's why all of this started. Like, it's kind of amazing to think G-Fan really did start this for most people.
Yeah. I mean, the fact that we lived in a time where he would just be like, yeah, sure, I'm 14. I'll just send all my contact information and put it in this Godzilla magazine. Nothing weird will happen to me.
Yeah, here's some dude in his early 20s calling to talk to you. And I was 16.
Yeah, exactly. It's just so funny.
I think
a different world.
My favorite one is actually with the worst movie but greatest show was when they had all the concept art from the Godzilla 1998.
Oh, dude, yeah.
That is a really cool, like, because you couldn't find that back then. You know what I mean? Like, they didn't really put concept artwork and shit. Like, I thought that was kind of cool because it was like a peek behind the curtain.
It had the headline was "Our Worst Nightmare." Yeah, and it had that picture of him all lizardy looking. I think it was from a toothpaste or an underwear ad or something that was more like So, and that's how that leaked out. And again, that was before, some people had it. Like I had dial-up internet at the time, but I mean, we had like Barry's Temple of Godzilla and maybe a couple of other, Yahoo, chat groups or whatever. But
Yahoo chat groups.
But all the stuff around Godzilla 98 is worth going back and rereading because dude, the reviews, the issue after the movie came out, it's just the entire issue is just shitting all over that movie. It's fantastic.
Classic. Yeah.
And I'll never forget when the Bandai Meltdown Godzilla came out, watching the dealers fight with each other in their ads.
Oh,
Don't get clubbed in the price of this kaiju.
Yeah. Yep. Nothing like it. So yeah, good on G-Fan. G-Fest 2026 is a wrap. Hopefully, maybe by the time we do another episode, we'll have a full Minus Zero trailer, but who knows? But I would like to get back and do another episode next month if everyone's around. Rich, you got anything in the works for your channel going on?
Yeah, definitely got clearly more reviews to do. I'm still behind on a bunch of shit. Going to be doing a fresh vinyl live probably for August, so stay tuned for that. I'm just going to throw it out there. Everybody probably has these already, but I'm going to do these as a giveaway. The new Space Godzilla and the flying Hedorah and Godzilla. So if you're going to join the show, you want to win them, and you don't have them, do it up. If you have them, sit out or just do double up, you know. Yeah. But I might be going to the San Francisco Godzilla Fest. I'm not sure at the time. Figured might as well just do the Godzilla Fest trifecta, but we'll see. That's it. That's all I kind of really got. Cool. Thank you.
If you're not already subscribed to Rich's channel, which I don't know how that's possible, but there's a QR code right there. You can. There you go. There he is.
There I am.
All right, Mr. Nev, thanks for joining us, my friend. If you're interested in Nev's fun art, there's a QR code to find him. He is on the Insta as Gruesome Graphics.
Yes, sir.
Thanks for joining, buddy. Appreciate it. Mike is one of the founding members of GCG. If you're not in GCG on Facebook, there you go. That's how you do it.
We are celebrating our 15th anniversary within the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, maybe that should be our August episode. Maybe.
And I started up my reviews of the modern Bandai line. So I stopped doing that a couple of years ago, but now I kind of happy with my Bandai collection looks at this point. So I kind of want to start getting into that again. So
gotta get it on Instagram.
Yep.
I know. Man, you're not the only one who's telling me different ways I can do this, so I'll figure it out. For now, this is how I'm going to do it until I'm done, and then I'll figure out what to do with the collective thing. Because I said 2 years ago, I'll do them every couple of days, and I ended up doing them like 3 a day because I was sick and I had no life. But yeah, I'm doing those now. So if you want an excuse to go read about some Bandai stuff, join GCG. We're 15 this year. Pretty amazing.
Yeah.
And I want to, and basically a shout out to, I know he's not listening. I wish he would. To Tim Crane, who helped me co-found it.
We got to get him on when we do the
really did a lot to take care of me this weekend. Like it was, he helped. Good food, good. He's a good guy to hang out with, and I'm happy he was there. I'm happy I got to see all of you. So it was a great show. I won't be back next year. I can almost guarantee that. But I really enjoyed this year. It's terrific. So
yeah. Oh, look, Big Ken says buy some Coffee and Kaiju merch. Yeah, there you go. There's a QR code if you want to buy some Coffee and Kaiju merch. Thanks, Big Ken. All right, that is it. It's gonna wrap it up. Thanks everybody for watching. Like, subscribe if you haven't already liked and subscribed. And we'll see you next time. So everybody enjoy your weekends. Be safe out there. Stay away from the smog. The small goo.
How about some coffee?
Coffee? I like coffee.